Okay, so this is the second session. So, Moise,
Mhm.
actually, suppose, and this is far away from the project and the exercises.
Okay.
So, um, your mind,
Uh-huh.
typically in a class, not your mind only, all of us, all of the mind of everybody. So, every 10 to 15 minutes, when you keep receiving information, um, you if the how to say if the teacher does not stop for 1 or 2 minutes every 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
then your mind start to get saturated very fast, and after that you are not able to grab more information.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because okay, the working memory is taking the information that is you are receiving, and it start to store it somehow in store it and arrange it in your kind of permanent memory.
Mm-hmm.
But so there is steps in the middle, or some part of your brain in the middle that takes information from the working memory and try to index it in a way so that you are able to recall it back. So typically the teacher should give 1 or 2 minutes
Mm-hmm.
every 10 minutes of teaching a person. So this can be just cleaning the board, so that serves the purpose, or just 1 or 2 minutes of silence, or
Okay.
not giving information. Okay, so you do that if you are trying to study, or you have to do that. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
typically there is other techniques for studying, but yeah, if you are listening to something that give you information every 10 minutes, just give yourself 1 or 2 minutes rest. Just don't
Uh-huh.
receive any information, so that your brain, your working memory, is able to transfer and index all the information you receive. Okay,
Gotcha.
so
Okay. Yeah,
okay,
that makes sense.
um, let me see. Okay, so just I talked about that very fast last time. So I told you about Google
Yeah,
Docs
you
before.
did. Yes.
Okay, and so this is a list of all the Google hacking database. So this is a kind of search terms. If you use it inside Google to search, you will be able to find this kind of sensitive information that I told you about. So if
Mm-hmm.
you this example specifically, I get it for you, and I got some print screen, so you don't have to even try it. So what I say is that, okay, if you use in title index of SQL, it will get you SQL databases that is stored on the web for websites. Okay, they
Uh-huh.
expose it by mistake or by using a wrong setting. So if I search using this term, if you can see here, this is the
Yes.
I take that and I search with it, and then I start to find information about websites that actually got that kind of SQL files. Okay, so they upload, or so you even see that this is even a university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so inside it, if you will find a big database with sometimes even sensitive information like credit card information and so on, and even a contact information of parents, and even sometimes you can even find passwords. That's why hackers actually use dig for this kind of information to be able to build the password lists that they use to even crack passwords. Okay,
Yeah, so you were telling me you're able to find vulnerabilities on here, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is something that actually the settings that you need to use on the website is very simple. It's just a
So
file.
on
It,
this is the main question, who, like, anybody, like any user just puts their vulnerabilities on there, or like how do you find these, like, you can't just like look at the code for all these little software, so how does
no,
the
no, no, no. This specific vulnerability is actually because of one file missing from the drive. So
oh
if you have a hosting, you every folder on your hosting, you need to have a file that is called. You see, it's quite simple. This, let me write
mhm,
to you. So this h2 ht access.
mhm,
Okay, uh, this is exact name of the file that should be present in your folder. If you have it present in the folder, of course there is some code that need to be shared inside. I cannot recall back. It's just 3 lines of code that need to be put inside here. And with this 3 lines of code, we are able to protect the content of the drive from outside access. And if you try to access a folder that have this file inside, you will see the 404 error, which is we cannot find anything here, or it's a wrong URL, something like that, or it's unauthorized access, or it can just give you an information to tell you, oh, there is nothing to show here. Okay, so it's just only one file. But yeah, so so you see how the Google Docs is built. And also there is certain other files that you can use to prevent Google from crawling every sensitive place on your website. But again, that's not so effective, because sometimes, so we have something called if I'm not mistaken, robot.txt. So this robot.txt, it can tell Google where to search and where not to search, where he is not allowed to go and crawl. So Google use his own software to crawl over the internet and scrap the data. Do you know what's the meaning web scraping? So even web scraping is actually, even there is a libraries. Python is very popular with I think it's called Beautiful Soup. The library of Beautiful Soup is actually one of the libraries that in Python, popular in Python, that they use it to scrap websites. So if I want to make a replica from a website, I can use this Python Beautiful Soup library, and I can go and tick all the website, but not all the code. You can just get the images, every file there, and if there is a SQL file there or sensitive information, you can just you will be able to manage to grab all. Okay.
I see.
So text is able to tell Google not to crawl. If it doesn't crawl, it means that it will not find the information and it will not list it in the searches. Okay. But again, hackers know about that, so they go inside here and go inside the robot.txt, and they open it, and then you see the owner or the administrator of the website is trying to prevent Google from going to these drivers. It means that there is sensitive information there. So typically, this is not so much recommended for sensitive information. You should one of the ways is just to prevent Google from crawling. You put htaccess, and then it will not be crawled, and you are not able to access the files directly. But if I am able to get information like that, so it means that once I click here, I will be able to access the SQL files. Okay. I am not, it's not interesting, and it's not healthy to and legal to do that now. We are but I'm just teaching you how, from the security point of view, how to protect the system that you are, or the company you're working for. So you need to, if you don't know the techniques people are using, I'm not teaching you cybersecurity, because I'm away from the field, but I only take from the programmer point of view, how to do certain steps just to protect your system as much as you can. This is not 100%, but it's just simple information that can give you some kind of protection. Okay. So again, if you want to see the list of commands that you can use to get sensitive information from that is offered by Google using the Google Docs. So this is 2 GitHubs that is full of commands that you can try to be able to get SQL files, text files, Excel sheets, documents, pictures, for personal pictures, even for people, and a lot of things. Okay. So this
I'll look at them.
Yes. So this is the 2 GitHub for that. And before we continue our task, I told you about bug bounty. Okay. So
you told me about this too.
Yes. So this is the bug bounty. Like I told you, it's offered by many websites and organizations, and you can earn money from that. So once you find the bug, okay, you are able to report it using so not only a bug, but security vulnerabilities. Okay, so you are able to report that properly, but only for websites who offer this kind of bounty programs. And then you have to also read that they have somehow some kind of terms that you need to be aware of. So they will, of course, they don't expect you when you are testing or doing this kind of checking for them that you put their service down. So you have to be really aware of what you are doing before you do it. And
I
of
see.
course, there is a lot of people who earn money from them, and they list them on the owner list. So
Wow.
so you should never try this kind of testing, pen testing of websites without a prior permission, because even it ends up like that. There is a lot of top security people that who even discover problems with in certain popular websites, but when they report it to the company doesn't give him money or doesn't tell him anything, but it even go legally after him. So
Really?
yes. It's there is a popular stories about that. So one have to be, especially US. This is, I'm telling the stories about US because there's a lot of issues
Huh?
there. Okay, so not all the websites will appreciate what you are doing,
Yeah.
but when they have a bug bounty, then okay, that's fine. So
Mhm.
you need to find the bug bounties and go through them and okay, start improving your skills. Okay,
Okay.
that's good. Okay, so one of the websites here, um, this is hackerone.com. Okay,
hmm
so they list of all the bug bounties available, and also cybertalents.com. Okay,
Okay. All right.
so that is something that you can use. Now let's go back. So here,
So we discussed the first two bullet points.
yes, exactly. So we build, so we have to build the class structure constructor, and then we use pass. You know, we know we can able to use pass. It means that we just create the structure of the class, the
Uh-huh.
constructor, and maybe some important features or how to get a property, how to set a property,
Okay.
and we just use pass. It means that we don't need to develop the code there. So okay, we know that we need to use a library class. Okay, and what is variables, member variables that we need
Mhm.
to use inside? So
Mhm.
okay, in the book we know we need to use title, ISBN, copies, and so on. So we quickly develop the structure from outside, and we use pass so that we don't have to implement details before looking on what is going on. So this is just putting a structure.
Uh-huh.
You calling the you creating the menu, and the menu is able to call part of the class. It's able to construct the
Yeah, this
class.
is this like kind of strategy. I started doing it more ever since you told me because not only does it like decrease errors to like some extent, but it just makes it like so much easier because everything is just like structured. You just, you know?
Yes, and this is what they are giving to you. By the way, I'm not sure in the exam they will give you. I mean, when they are giving you
So
this
a
kind
lot of
of
the times he
files.
does give us our files, yeah, but for the exam, like he might give us like two functions and part of the function we have to fill out ourselves.
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, it is actually. I mean, they are very kind to you people because I believe they know that you are not software guys at the end. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but typically in any software course that where you have to
Yeah.
write a software, they don't really provide any of this kind of structure for you. You have to build everything. You have to think about
Yeah,
everything,
no, exam should be different. Exam might be from scratch, but homework they usually give something.
which is good from them.
Yeah.
So the key thing that I always tell you, when you created the menu and you created the class structure,
Yep.
start to test your code.
hmm
Okay, so when you test, then you know, okay, if there is a small mistakes, you find the mistake, solve it as fast as you can. So here you didn't implement any code yet, you just use pass. Okay, so you
Yeah.
start testing fast and early. When you add anything, then you start testing. So again, After you tested your just the structure of the menu and the class, then you start to implementing either reading the text or CSV, because without that you cannot create classes. You cannot create.
Would you say in your case when you program that you test like every couple lines?
No, the testing I mean in this case for you is just to run the code.
That's what I mean. Like
Yes.
after you add a few lines, every few lines you should test, or is that
Yes.
up to
Yeah.
based off the assignment?
It's no. From what I see, you every few lines that can act as a standalone. Yes, I will start to test.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, and why? Because if you have multiple errors, you really struggle. You will not be able to really find solutions.
Hmm.
But when you find simple errors at the start, so you already okay, you kill one error after another. So the more you add of your code, you exactly know these 2 or 3 lines that I created recently is the reason for that error. It's not something else. So but if you write your whole code and then start testing, then you will never know. Okay, so but again, I'm telling you, when you have a short of time, so
Hmm.
this is a short path to making codes run fast. So you want to get something ready very fast, so you have to follow that method. So when you add 3 or 4 lines, oh, and it doesn't run anymore, okay, so that means that, oh, this is something here. I need to look into these 3 lines instead of looking to the
Okay.
whole maybe 100 lines. So this kind of code can reach. I mean, this kind of exercise I'm preparing for you can reach maybe 100 line maybe with the classes, because it's long. It's not because it's complicated, but because we have a lot of lines to write. Okay, we
Hmm.
have to leave spaces, and so if we have 100 line, means that maybe we have 40 to 50 lines of real code. And of course some of them is very simple, like a property, set property or get property. So yes, it's kind of line, but it's simple. So, and again, so reading the text CSV and JSON might have some tricks. So don't do that as a start. Start with the classes, like I told you, menu, and then come to reading text. Most of the exercises that you have seen so far, they ask you to read the text, clean it, arrange it somehow, and then pass it to a class. So they ask you to create an object book, or even they ask you to get the file, the data from a text file. For example, the states. Some of the exercises, or even the code that you take in a class, he was talking about, okay, get the states information and put it in a dictionary. Okay, so and so when you read, you have to put the code put the data somewhere. So if you don't have your class ready, if you don't
Hmm.
have your dictionary ready, it means that you cannot put your files anywhere. Okay, so I'm telling you this, but again, any programming class that does not have any practice inside it,
Yeah.
to me it doesn't. I mean, I know very well that you are able to grab information perfectly. You are able to recall information, and it keep rushing to your mind, and you are perfect in that. There is no issue at all here. Your
Hmm.
only problem, as me and you know, that
It's
you
coding.
yes, coding. So if I keep telling you from here until tomorrow, you will catch it.
Yes.
But at the end, if you don't write code, then
Yeah.
so to me, this we will not be able to solve it one shot in one class. We will divide it in a small, eatable and chunkable parts, and then
Perfect.
we start to do it little by little, because this is a
Okay.
big exercise.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
so
could I actually in the meantime upload what I started for the project file?
yes, definitely. So yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay,
Or
uh,
if you,
tell me.
see, let me see. Let me upload it really quickly. Let me finish that first. Should take 1 second. Okay, they just uploaded. So the GUI file was still from the teacher's template. I didn't really do much to it yet. The class file is what I started on.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, but again, if you look at my, so again, let's take this as an artifact,
Okay.
and then we try to. So you see here,
Mm-hmm.
when we talk, we set the menu come first, because now when you create the class first, I'm not able to call it and test it. So only with the presence of the menu, I'm able to call whatever inside the class. But okay, let's see. So I prefer that
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't tell you. So I will look at the code. I will look at your code, but I prefer that you you code it with me here.
For
That's my
the
preference.
for the project?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. That works
So
too.
okay, you have your code now. I think I will allow you to share your screen, and then we start to first create the menu, so we are able to test. So if you do the class, we are not able to test it. It doesn't make any sense here. To be able to
Mm-hmm.
test and fix things, we have to start with the menu. So let's go and check the menu part, and then I will allow you to share the screen, and we go from there. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So try to share now.
Okay.
I will also try to get the code from the file and see.
All right, I'm just gonna open it up really quick. And then let me know whenever you can see the screen.
Okay. Wait, I need to open the.
It's not showing for you still?
Oh, wait, not yet.
Okay.
Okay, now I got your files. Okay, now I can see it. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this kind of the structure of it was pretty straightforward. The teacher put it here. Um, this is all I have so far, though. This is just, as you said, like when you start with the structure, it's easier. So I guess this is the structure.
Okay. So you have to. Let's go to the GUI file, please, so that we
Yep.
are able to test what you have done.
Okay.
Okay. So you have your project spec near you, so that we can see what we
Yes,
need to start with.
I do. It's open.
Okay. Did you have a look at that? So they give you a spec file and they give you a
Mhm.
diagram file, right?
Yes, both of them.
Okay. So can you look at the main menu? So do you see what is? Let me see.
It says
Maybe.
select by category, select by ratings, select by price.
Exactly. So we
Uh-huh.
have. So we have a. Okay. Can we recognize how many things that we have here? We need to do. We have a label, and we
Uh-huh.
have four buttons,
Yes, four
right?
buttons.
Select by category, by rating, and by price, and then the exit application, right?
Correct.
So we will try to make this first screen, and
Okay.
then we will only start to implement the functionality of the select by category. Okay. And
Okay.
so if it works, we are able to easily implement the other two or three buttons. The exit application just only one command that can exit. So there is no much work here. So
Okay.
the work will be only in the select by category, select by rating, select by price. Can you
I
still
see.
remember how many dictionaries you have created inside your class?
In my class, how many dictionaries I've created?
Yeah, yes,
Many.
really? Many?
Actually,
Can you
uh,
look at your code again?
no, I think it's like only a couple classes. You're right. There's not too many.
It's only three.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say two.
Okay, it's three. Three because when he tell you select by category and by rating and by price, he actually for every one of them he use a separate dictionary.
Okay.
Okay, so again by category. Okay, do you still recall the information that you have uh, in the text file that you are reading?
I'm looking at the project diagram one right now. Which one are you talking about?
Okay, so it's not in the project diagram, but it is in the CSV file.
Oh yeah, the yes. What about it?
Is it the CSV file?
Yes, there is a CSV file.
Okay, so we have ID, name, developer description, pricing, rating,
Yep.
reviews, count, and category,
Hmm.
right? So,
Yes, I see that too. Yeah.
okay, so it means that if you see the buttons that we're going to create
Hmm.
functionality for, we have something called select by category, and category is one of part of the CSV files that we're going to read, right? And
Uh-huh.
then when other than category, we have pricing and we have rating. So these three information
Hmm.
is the one that we are going to use to build our dictionary. Did you build the dictionary? Did you build the inside the class? Did you build the functionality to to fill in the dictionary with information or not yet? Did you manage to first no first
Hmm.
um, did you manage to read the CSV file?
I've read it. Yes. I mean, there's just a lot of data, but I looked at it. Yeah.
I mean, no, wait, no, I didn't mean that. Sorry, I'm talking programmatically. Did you manage to read the content programmatically
Oh,
in your code?
let me go check.
No, you didn't yet.
Yeah, no, I did not.
So, okay, fine. So it is it's totally fine. So it means that okay, first we go to see the select the GUI file.
Hmm.
We said that okay, we have three things to do, which is three buttons: select by category. So we start with select by category. Okay,
Okay.
so now can we look at the code? Look at the spec again, and I want you with me try to find where he
Hmm.
is talking about the welcome screen. So the first thing that appears, it appears to be the welcome screen, right?
Yes.
So the welcome screen is on page 4, I believe, at the bottom of page 4.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
So from here, you are able to see that we have A, B, C, D, and E, right? So
Correct.
we are talking about select by category button.
Yes.
So
So it
can
kind
can
of
we
gives
can we look at the code and see what do we really need to implement to be able to at least show
a
the
welcome screen.
welcome screen?
One
Okay,
label and four buttons, basically.
one label and four buttons. Yes, exactly. And so if you see in the welcome screen that you don't have any buttons. So actually
Uh,
you have
yeah.
you have select by category. Why he put it as a wait? I see that he put it. Did you put that or he put it?
No, I
He put
didn't. I didn't do anything. This is
oh
his document.
okay. So we have to stop and open again.
Okay.